Warm evening with the Lahaina Civic Center packed to the rafters for a pretty good matchup of Cal and Iowa. Ben Braun's first year. He's the 14th California head coach in their history. He's only 42 years old. And Ed Gray is one of his key guys, a very good athlete, tough to guard, lots of talent, and a real offensive performer who was all Pac-10 a year ago. Tom Davis, now his 11th year at Iowa, 26th overall, but a bit of a depth problem for Tom Davis tonight. California in their navy blue, the Hawkeyes in their gold. It's J.R. Koch at midcourt to jump it up against Yogi Stewart. Oh, the Hawkeyes have it.
Excuse me, I'm back. Oh, it's just
2 seconds for the first turnover. Wow. And Iowa defensively.
Minuteman as Duck takes it coast to coast.
And then the follow, that's Sean Marks out of Auckland, New Zealand.
Bumps and exchanges. Here's a little pick and roll open side for Settles.
They team up high off the glass, and Jess gets it to drop. On the All-American list last year, an All-Big Ten performer. He's one of the all-time solid players who ever put on that black and gold.
And a great decision for him and to stay. Not bad by Gray. Good in the open floor. Mark's a guy that can shoot outside.
Put it on the floor with Settles chasing him. And from the left wing, now that's a three. They ruled the first one a deuce. Here's Gray, quick from the baseline. He's doing it all for Cal. There's Marks on top for Prentice Magruder. And then Duck from the right wing. You talked about his range.
Simmons runs the baseline.
Bauer way short. Might have been a pass.
That was. That's their designated play. Best team in the country at looking as though they're taking the jumper and finding a big guy generally.
We've seen what happens when you're not a team. You know, when you have personal agendas, when you have alter ego type scenarios, you know, we've seen that, you know, and we don't want to do that anymore. And he's given us an avenue not to have that happen again. So I think we're a lot more in tune to listening right now because we've gone through so many different adverse conditions like you were talking about with Bozeman and the transfers and everybody leaving and all the negativity that surrounded our program. Well, that only made us closer as a unit.
Tremaine Folks, who left their program, is sitting out waiting to play at Fresno. Look at Yogi.
Get the lingerie off the floor. He faked everybody out.
6 Iowa turnovers already. Stewart open at the back door. Sean Marks takes his seat. There's one of the best tight ends in college football. Tony Gonzalez just played for the Bears Saturday against Stanford. Steve Mariucci said, yeah, go help Ben for a couple of days, but we need you back for the Aloha Bowl. Shot clock heading down to 10.
Fake jumper again. Well,
that one was a little too tall. That was more like a real jumper that was offline. Tough catch for Duck.
Oh, what a bad
Got it
save.
back.
Oh, you never save Bobby. Bobby.
Into the corner for Duck. McQueen running the offense and then finishing the possession with a sweet-looking three. He started the last 7 games last year. They were going to redshirt him, and the team was playing so poorly in the backcourt, he asked Todd Bozeman to come back. Coach said, come on in. And he stayed. Here's Settles. Finally gets on the board after his early basket. You know, and in Jeff's defense, he's playing a new position this year.
Absolutely. And that time, though, he slipped inside. Everything's been on the perimeter running the baseline. Good pump fake. Wow. Wow. Stretch the D.
You got that right.
Amar, huh?
McQueen with 2 consecutive trays. Dribble penetration, hanging, and there is Sean Marks, his second such basket of the game. There's Duck. He's been pulled out there, but he can warm it up in a hurry. Randy with 8. Fractured his left thumb 2.5 weeks ago. He was back on the court the next day.
It's nice to see a Duck warming up, though.
He had been pulled.
Well, he's a stroker, and you forget that thumb, too, on the guide hand.
29-18 Cal. Biggest lead.
Oh, he should have caught it and gone right up.
Koch Shot was adjusted by Marks, then blocked by Marks. Robinson blocked by Stewart.
What a save by Duck, too.
It's still in play. Here comes McQueen.
Oh, what hustle. Boys, that epitomized the play of Randy Duck. There's some talent left.
Shot clock to 7. Marks the fadeaway off the baseline. Trapped in the corner. To Rucker.
Ooh, tough.
Helmers couldn't catch it over his shoulder. Here comes the tight end, Gonzalez.
Oh, welcome back to a man's sport.
Down to 7. Duck dribbling, penetrating, hanging and scoring.
Oh, was that gorgeous.
Koch the miss. They get it back. Shot clock is off. Marks the rejection. Duck to Magruder. And it's yes at the other end.
Gotta have the baby hook. What a great release. Other than that, it's blocked by Woolridge.
All Cal in the first half. And Steve Levy, nobody expected a 19-point spread in this game. Ed Gray for Duck. The quick entry for Marks. The fake. Up strong with the jump hook. This is Magruder.
He can make that.
He made it. Here's Gray. Took the straight ahead pass. He'll go all the way.
The floor, he should have gotten some help from his pals.
Iowa playing with a lot of fire now. All the way, though, goes Gray again. Here's Woolridge. Ball on the floor. Bauer again. Duck picks it up. After all that work, Jackson at the other end for Cal. There's Gray. Great range. He's got the 3. And the senior out of Riverside with 16.
Ooh, say goodnight.
And Gray.
To the chin with some authority. Here's a pass that sets it up, and Gray extending.
So Ben Braun, a little diagramming on the beach, Billy. What are we seeing here?
Well, you'll see me getting a massage in the background, but a little pick and roll, not wasting his time in the sun. You don't want to foul now. I mean, you've gotten down to 10 now. Don't give a little nickel dimer up. Tough shot, huh?
There to pick it up is Michael Stewart. He has 8 of his 14 in the second half, 7 rebounds, and he is turning into that go-to guy Ben Braun's looking for.
Well, he's a bussy, you know, cleans up the mess like the kids in the restaurant.
Down to the final minute. You got to give Iowa a lot of credit. They really scrapped and fought through this one. California will advance and take on Kansas, and that's only appropriate because of all those California kids playing for Roy Williams. Cal wins it 75-59. Ben Braun's debut, a successful one at the helm of the California Golden Bears.